So you see, developing will is so very important. Now what are the factors which help you develop will? In short form, I can tell you, well, it's your actions performed in a particular attitude that develop your will. But what are the actual factors which are going to help you in your actions? You see, one by one, I have put it in the form of points. We will go through them. First of all, goal-oriented action, which means committing your intellect to definite goals. Without goal orientation, can you have willpower? Tell me. I don't know what I want to do. I don't know where I want to go in life. Will I have willpower if I am like this? See, you people have definite goals. Only thing is, if you are changing goals after 4 or 5 years, after you finish your course here, you may change your goals. If you keep changing goals, you are actually changing the direction of your will. If you keep doing that, you will lose your will. Which means what? There must be an immediate goal. There must be definite goals, what you want to become as a result of your immediate goals. That must be fixed. What kind of a life do I want to lead as a result of my career, as a result of my job, as a result of the family I will make? What kind of a life I want to live? How should it be? What is my ideal of a great life? How do I want to contribute to society? These are fixed ideals which you must fix right now. I want to lead an ideal life, a life where I can contribute to society, where I can be useful to others. I want to lead a highly respectful life of great contribution. If you have this kind of a fixed goal, everything else which works as your immediate goal will lead you towards that. So you will make a great career, you will get the best job opportunities, isn't it? You will be able to select amongst them, you will be able to take the right decisions in your life, because you have this kind of a idealistic goal to achieve. If you don't have an ideal, you'll keep changing directions. Even for your immediate goals, you can keep changing directions. I know one IIT student who actually went out of IIT because at one point he decided he didn't want to pursue engineering. And he took up some normal course, some BA or something. So this can happen if you don't have intense goal orientation. After some time you get sort of disoriented. You can leave the road. So don't do this. A definite plan, I'm not saying a complete blueprint, but a definite plan of what kind of a life you want to lead, where you want to go as a result of what you are working with here. Where do you want to go? So if these goals are fixed, Vivekananda once said, if a man with an ideal commits 1,000 mistakes, a man without an ideal will commit 10,000. If you don't have an ideal, ultimately कहाँ जाना है, कैसा life lead करना है, इसके बारे में अगर आप नहीं सोचो, you will keep changing directions in your life and you will get nowhere. So even your immediate goals must have a definite route finally, a definite direction to move in. This is what I am saying. Do you get the point? When you come to a crossroad, which road do you select? It depends on your destination, isn't it? If you have no destination, any road. So this is what you will do if you don't have a destination. So immediate goals and ultimate final goal of life. Both these goals you must have. Short-term goals, long-term goal. Fix it up. What kind of a life you want to lead as a result of what you are doing today. So this is important. For this, in order to develop your will towards goal orientation constantly, there are certain fundamental things you must take care of so that you don't keep changing directions. First thing is, you must organize your life to a certain extent. Today we are going to study organizing knowledge systems also. But organizing life, what do I mean is, a kind of, if you maintain an outer routine life, you can have a very intense inner creative life. If your outer life is without any routine, your inner life is hampered. It will not express that much creativity. It will not come out of you. That is why a routine life. Routine means not that it's something boring. Your external life is guided in such a way that your energies remain in your hands, so that your inner life flowers, blossoms. That is the purpose. Do you understand? People who lead very haphazard lives, their minds also remain very haphazard. And they are not able to have this what is called creative motivations. Very left brain people, they cannot understand creativity basically. So what I'm telling you is, if you have an outer routine life, which at this point of time maybe you don't understand because you are all young people, you believe in adventure and this but the thing is, if you sort of organize your external life in such a way, it gives you maximum internal energy at any given moment of time, then you can have great creative capacities blossom within you. This is what creative people actually do. They organize their external life. Yes?
Actually, at this point, I would like to say that there are people like, let's say Shah Rukh Khan. He says that I sleep only for 4 hours. I work at night. I don't have a fixed schedule. And the business people who have succeeded in their 20s and in their 30s, they say that we have to be ready to work at any time. I mean, we should constantly expect the unexpected, and haphazard is the way of life today. So I just and actually we have their impressions on us. We see that अच्छा ये ऐसा कर रहा है, ये मतलब kind of we have that heroic feeling for them, and we feel that they are doing something tough, right? Because routine is easy. So I would like you to
explain this.
No, not explain this. I know that you are right that routine is important, but you can help rewire our way of thinking upon that.
Good. So as long as you admit that yes, this is important, what we are discussing here, a routine life is important in order to be creative within you. Otherwise what happens is, your creative urges will all go only in putting your outer life in place. You understand? Ye hota hai. See, the thing is, to the extent I am able to control my mind, to that extent I will be able to control my stress, my anxiety, my fear, all these negativities within me, isn't it? To that extent, a kind of a routine life will appeal to me. To the extent I have inner control, then I can use those very psychic energies for positive efforts. ये आप खुद करके देखो. See, before you try to follow others, any other life, you must, to a certain extent, first of all, read idealistic lives. This is first point I will tell you. Read the lives of people who have achieved great goals in life, something very idealistic, something which has brought great positive benefit to others. See their lives. Secondly, in your own mind, try to experiment and see, if I make my outer life very erratic, am I able to keep my energies in place, or do they just always lead me outward? Do I become restless as a result? See, you can also lead a life in such a way that there is no psychic energy left in the mind. It's all dissipated in just organizing external life. So, इसको prevent करने के लिए हम बोलते हैं, not 100% routine life, but to a great extent regulated life. If this you lead, थोड़ा आप करके देखो, आपको खुद समझ में आएगा. Why we say this? To a certain extent regulate your external life, which means avoid unnecessary distractions, useless talks, gossiping, wasting psychic energy on things which are not going to matter to you. Lead a little more concentrated life, more attention to your goals, thoda sattvic ways of living, a little bit of yoga, getting up early in the morning and putting some fresh good thought into your mind first thing in the morning. If you practice few of these things, you will see there is a lot of different kind of happiness comes into your life. Then you will change your priorities by yourself. You understand? Before you follow somebody else, think for yourself. इसको करने से क्या फायदा मिलेगा और दूसरा करने से क्या फायदा मिलेगा मुझे. Think for yourself. A certain experimentation on your part also I expect. Try to do what I am telling you and see for yourself. In 1 month's time, as I told you in the last class, you will see a definite change in yourself. So देखिए, organizing life to a certain extent and disciplining mind, which means what? You are focused on what you want to attain. Okay? So you know how some people focus? 10 minutes of intense focus, 10 minutes of very much required distraction, 10 more minutes of focus, 10 more minutes of distraction. You can't go on like that with an intense life. Sustained focus, sustained concentration. This must become natural. This is only possible if your mind to a certain extent is disciplined. If the mind is absolutely without discipline, kisi bhi samay uthe, I never had breakfast, I straight had brunch, then I skipped lunch, then afternoon kaise bhi I just wasted time. All the time, if you lead a completely erratic life, all the time your mind will be restless and yearning for external entertainment. It can't focus. That is why routine is important. ये अभी आपके लिए difficult है. You see, after some time, you will just yearn for a certain balance in your life. And the more it becomes routinized on the external front, the more creative you become within. This is the great gain of a routine life. It's not monotonous. Please see this. आपको शायद भय होगा कि it may become something monotonous. No, it doesn't. It blossoms your mind, your creativity. थोड़ा सा routine बाहर इसीलिए अच्छा है. आपके लिए अच्छा है. Try it and see. It's purely experimental. Try it and see if it's true or not. And then another thing which is important in your goal orientation is, see, purity of intention, absoluteness of intention is very important. 100% commitment, which means what? देखिए आपको अगर एक चीज चाहिए, if you are constantly thinking of something else or sidelining that issue, then it is not actually your need. It is not your intention to have that particular goal. You don't make a goal out of majority opinion, isn't it? My father said and my mother said and my grandfather said, so this is my goal. Can this be your goal? Your goal is always what you want intensely and into which you can give your energies totally. So 100% purity of intentions is required for complete goal orientation, which means what? My intention is very clear. This is what I want in life. You should be able to say that at this age. After 14, any young person should be able to say this. This is what I want to do with my life. ऐसा life मुझे lead करना है. So this, try to generate this absolute purity of intention. When I say yes, I want this, 100% I want. If I say no, 100% no. This will help you keep one unidirectional movement towards your goals. Otherwise, again, constantly, because somebody decided my goals for me. You understand? Another thing is, you see, in the topic of habit, we discussed that your habits, what are they actually? They are psychic grooves, isn't it? Through which your psychic energy flows. They are grooves created in your brain, in your mind and etched on your brain, as it were, through which your psychic energy is flowing. So once you create a habit, you know, you are actually neurosculpting your brain. It's called the word itself is neurosculpting. It's used in neurophysiology. How you are doing this is actually by continuously, repetitively thinking of some particular thing. You know, you create a groove in your mind, which means, and you etch something in your brain through which things become easier for you to do, through which your psychic energy will continuously keep flowing. Once you have done that, you have created a road for your psychic energy, a neural pathway, you can say, for your energies to flow. And this also determines your neurochemistry, which means what? How you are going to react towards that particular object in which you have made a habit. It directs that. This habit will direct your very chemistry. For example, let me give you an example. Suppose you make it a habit to have fruit juice every day from that stall when you're going back after your classes. आपको पता है, the very sight of that place will inspire you to take up something which is nutritious for you. Suppose you are inclined towards only eating fast food, then you know what will happen. The moment a picture comes into your mind, an image, or you go in that direction, the habit has been formed, your entire mind will only want to do that. Once you have created a habit, you have created neural pathways, it will lead you towards that only. So abhi se agar अच्छे habits कर लो, when you get up early in the morning, suppose you make it a habit to get up, then what will happen is, if you have gathered enough data in your mind as to the beauty of nature at that time, the calmness of the atmosphere, the natural concentration which you have, if all this has come into your experience and recorded and kept, then it will be easier for you to get up again and again and make this a habit. So, what exactly are you doing? You are creating your neural pathways and neural chemistry through your habits. So, if you train yourself in good habits, you see, through your willpower, then your life will be very smooth, easy. What you want to achieve will be very clear. Clarity will come into life. So, try to do this, see to what extent you can do it. The third thing is concentration. Just trying to develop concentration builds your willpower. How? It builds your will. Because concentration, you know, attention, the very definition of attention is, it is actually a beam of your awareness directed by your will. Your will is involved in any act of attention. So, the more you practice attention and concentration, the more your will builds up. And intense levels of sustained concentration, you must make it a habit. Then you don't need diversion. In fact, it irritates you, diversion. You are totally fixed, riveted to the work at hand. Whatever you are doing, whatever you do when you get up in the morning, your studies, preparing for some particular assignment, preparing for your exams, playing basketball or football, whatever you do, 100% attention to that. If you attempt this, will go on developing. Willpower will naturally develop. You know, very intense concentration is a possibility for all of us. We are not used to it. We have dissipated our powers, as it were. And that is why it appears to be a great achievement now. It's not so. The natural state of your mind is one of attentiveness. See this. Usko discursive mechanism mat karna. By repeatedly, constantly watching something on your mobile screen. Like this, if you unconsciously make habits like these, what will happen is, you lose upon concentration. You know, in Vivekananda's life, such intense concentration you will find. Once, when Vivekananda was in Belur Math, I don't know if you know this incident. One Sharat Chandra Chakravarti, one of his disciples, he enters his room and he sees 14 volumes of Encyclopedia Britannica. Yahan par bhi hoga. 14 glistening volumes were there. And he said, oh, these have come, very good. And Swamiji, have you read them? And Vivekananda said, I have read 10 volumes already. And he said, 10 volumes, so quickly, just now they have come, just a few days back they had come. And he said, but did you read it thoroughly? He said, you asked me anything in those 10 volumes, first 10 volumes. And you know, he went on asking. And Vivekananda could tell verbatim at some places what was written in the volumes. How is this possible, you tell me? Once he has read it, maybe with intense concentration, 10 itne bade volumes, and he remembers everything. Anything you ask him, he is able to tell. Because, you know, our eyes are like video cameras. What you fix them upon, they will soak that data, that information, and put it into your brain. But if the brain and the mind is unsteady, what the video cameras are taking in will not stay there. You can't retain knowledge if your mind is not steady. Isliye anything which distracts you, it's actually a negative influence on you. You understand? Kyun kehte hain, keep away from distractions? Because if your mind is not stable, you cannot absorb knowledge. Knowledge depends upon stability of your mind, calmness of your mind. Very alert, yet intense. Alert, intense and concentrated. This should be the natural state of a student. Then you will see getting knowledge is very easy. You will actually soak in the information. ऐसा नहीं है बार बार उसको, keeping the mind somewhere and again if you read, what is the meaning of that? 100% concentration you bring in, you know, time dilation effect will occur. You are just taking in all information. So, it is a question of mind management, development in the mind. It's not how many hours you spend on your books. This is a possibility, you can train yourself towards it. The secret of this again is given by Vivekananda. What to do to develop intense concentration? You must take up one idea, the thing at hand, which you are concentrating upon. And Vivekananda says, take up one idea, think of it, dream of it, live on that one idea. Let your muscles, brain and nerves, everything be full of that one idea, and leave every other idea alone. This is the secret of success. देखिए आप, if you allow 10 things to enter into you and pay attention to none of them, you cannot develop concentration powers. एक चीज लेनी है, just now, that's why the entire orientation should be towards your studies. I must get my MTech and PhD at the very highest level I should be able to perform. And your job is waiting for you, a great job. So just now, this should be the natural disposition, your natural characteristic. If you make concentration a habit, you see nothing is very difficult. And if now only you are very distracted, constantly wanting entertainment, constantly discursive mechanism you have developed in the mind, then it is very difficult to get achievement in life. So train kar lo apne mind, it's a mind management technique. Then conservation of psychic energy. I told you, see, doing unnecessary useless things which are not going to matter to you just because your friends are doing it. Peer pressure kehte hain isko. You being so intelligent, you must not get into all this. You understand? You must have a will which stands apart from others if required. And they will follow you if your will is on the right road. So just because your friends are doing this or somebody told you to do it, it is not that. You must go in the direction you want to go. You must do that which you want to achieve, isn't it? For that, avoid anything that is that does not matter, that does not build your life. Like for example, gossiping, useless talks, reading all sorts of literature, then daydreaming, wasting time on all this. Today too much engagement with YouTube videos or anything on the mobile. Don't waste your time on all this. That way you will lose psychic energy. You will get exhausted with that only. Where is the time to concentrate on what you want to achieve? So you see, the entire life of a student, especially at this age, should be geared towards success, geared towards accomplishment. Then only tomorrow you will be nation builders, isn't it? You will be people who will do something for this nation and for the globe at large. If you yourself don't have that energy, what will you do? So this is all part of training will. Don't think of will descend to you from heavens. It's already within you. You have to free it. Training will means actually freeing it from negativities, compulsive drives, all kinds of things, useless things which it has got caught up with. Bad habits, freeing it from all this. And you will see naturally the complete blossoming of will is possible. Once it is achieved, you can easily achieve any goal in life. That is no issue at all. So in a way, you are reconditioning your mental faculties through all these processes. And finally, I will give you one or two ideas on how to detach will. This is the continuous message in the Bhagavad Gita also. Karmanyevadhikaraste ma phaleshu kadachana. Why do they keep saying this? You see, it is only the subjective detachment of will which takes the form of objective giving up of karma phal, which means I doesn't matter what the effect of that karma is. I don't want anything out of it. I will just do good. I will just perform the action. This comes only if there is a subjective detachment of your will from the fruit of that action. It is translated like this. In your life, how is it going to matter? See, if you are preoccupied with a certain goal, will you pay attention to the means? Tell me. There is a means and there is an end. When you are performing the means, your entire attention should be there. If you are preoccupied with the goal, isse mujhe ye milega, wo milega, you will not pay attention at all how you are going to go. So just now, only the means, what is right in front of you. In your life just now, this is how it will work. Did you get the point? So do what you have to do completely with full dedication, utterly sincerely, and the effect, the fruit will come by itself, naturally. So these are all the ways to develop willpower. See, remember this, no matter what action you perform, the effect is going to fall on you. An action can build you up or an action can degrade you. Action itself is ethically neutral, but the intention behind the action generates the positivity or negativity of the action, generates the effect of the action. So if your intentions are clear, you know, finally an action, its greatest effect is it builds you up. How does it build you up? Okay, let me tell you a story here. बहुत सारी theory बोलने से तो नहीं चलेगा. I have to give examples. So let me give you an example. There was one young boy, like any of you, a teenager, and he was in a village in India and he wanted to achieve something in life. But his family did not have enough money. His father was a farmer. He stayed in a village. So he was thinking how to pursue my education and then a great career. He was thinking what to do. So every night he would pray to God that please help me build my life. Please help me build my life. And then one day in a dream he had a vision in which God told him that you know, behind your home there is a hill, there was a hillock, and there is this huge boulder. You go and push it and see what you will get. So immediately the boy got up and he thought, oh, in that hill there is this boulder. Clearly he could visualize it, and if I push it, maybe there is some gold or some precious stone or something behind precious stones or hidden treasure. Something must be there, and that is why you see this kind of a dream that go and push it and you will get something. So let me try. And next morning he went up the hill, and as he was going through those tracks, he really saw a big boulder like he had seen in his dream. इतना बड़ा एक पत्थर था वहाँ पर, huge one, and he thought, this is what I saw in my dream. So behind this is the treasure, and so he started pushing that stone. He pushed and pushed and pushed the boulder for a long time, but it was so huge he could not do it. So he came back and collected his friends and took them all in the evening. And that evening all of them pushed together, but it did not move. So then he came back. Next day he took a crowbar and some other appliances, and he went up again and tried again his best to move the rock, made a lever and tried all means, all possible means, but it would not move. Then every day he made it a routine. Every morning he would take a walk on the hill and go there, try to push the rock and then fail and then come back. So this continued for about 1 month. After 1 month he got exhausted and he thought that rock is not going to move, it's too huge for me. So that night he prayed to God that I tried my best, but I can't move that rock, so I will not be able to get whatever is behind it. So I will not go anymore. He prayed and he went to sleep, and that night it seems again God appeared to him and said, you know, my son, what did I ask you to do? I didn't tell you move the rock, I said push it. Push the rock. Do you know what all this pushing and pulling has done to you? It has created your biceps. Your biceps have become so strong. Your leg muscles have become so strong. Your waist has become so strong. Confidence has come into your body and your mind. And you have become diligent. You have become concentrated because you had this intense goal to push the rock. Self-confidence has come into you. Resilience has come into you. And diligence has come into you. And concentration has come into you. You have developed your willpower. You have developed tenacity of purpose. All this has come into you. You have become a man, my son, and this is what I wanted of you. I didn't ask you to move the rock. That's why I asked you to push it. So a healthy mind in a healthy body is all that is required for success. It built you up, the pushing and pulling. You get the point? Anything you perform in life, remember the external effect is always external, but what its effect on you, that is actually going to build you up. It can build you up, or if you do it with a very muddled up intention, it can affect you negatively also. So remember, any task you perform, it is going to build you up. It is going to affect you deeply. विवेकानंद के लाइफ में भी ऐसी एक स्टोरी है एक्चुअली. You know, once when he was a young boy, his father was an attorney in the Calcutta High Court, but he used to give out a lot in charity. He used to earn well and give out a lot in charity also. He used to support a number of boys. Now one day Narendranath Datta, that was his pre-monastic name, Vivekananda's, and his mother told him that just go and ask your father what he has left for you. What he's left for you. And then Narendranath went and asked his father, what are you leaving for me? What have you given me? And his father said, go and look into the mirror. You will see what I have left you. And he went and stood before the mirror. There was a healthy body, a strong body, a bright face, brilliant eyes, confident look, a determined jaw he had, you know, a determined face. This is the gift given to you. A healthy mind in a healthy body can do anything. It can get you the greatest things of life. So you see, this is already there in your hands. If you have built yourself up, worked a little on yourself, you will see you can achieve anything in life. External achievement is not a great thing, but internally am I able to control all my faculties, direct them in the right direction, keep my inner balance and composure? This is what is really, really important. You know, how you react, how your responses to different situations. This decides the quality of your life. ये अभी से आप समझ लो अच्छी तरह से. No matter what your circumstances, your responses are finally what is going to affect you, what is going to matter to you. So these are the things which we must pick up from these great lives. Another thing is, see, people have been doing work for with different intentions, isn't it? But whenever we tell you the fifth point which I pointed out, steps to developing will, is detached work. How are people trying to achieve this detachment? Through various ways. They take up various attitudes. You know, like some people say, these are all paths which our rishis have developed in order to develop this form of detachment. यज्ञ की तरह से हम करेंगे, यज्ञ भाव से करेंगे कर्म, ये बोलते हैं ना. What is the meaning of यज्ञ? यज्ञ भाव से कर्म करने का मतलब क्या है? आपने यज्ञ देखा है, होम देखा है कभी? स्वाहा करके ऑब्लेशंस देते हैं. क्यों? Are they trying to get something out of it? They usually have a long list. It is called sakama karma. In order to get all of this, they are pouring oblations into fire. It's a form of worship of God. But the original meaning of yajna was, you see, why are you pouring those oblations? It is a way of making you recognize, reinforcing into your mind the fact that you have to give into universal life. यज्ञ का मतलब ही है, you have taken so much for life, now you have to give back something. So it is in the form of an exchange. You have taken, so you have to give back. उसका एक symbolic representation था, ये स्वाहा देना है life में. In order to reinforce this idea into you, the symbolism of yajna was created. Later on, we converted it into many things, but the basic idea was this. So you see, when people want to do detached work, आप यज्ञ की तरह कर सकते हो उसको, आप योग की तरह कर सकते हो उसको. These are all ways of converting work into yoga, doing it in a detached manner. Or you can also do it जैसे हम कहते हैं शिव ज्ञाने जीव सेवा, as a form of worship of the divinity in all beings. Isn't it? इस attitude से भी आप कर सकते हो. You can adopt any of these attitudes in order to convert work into a means for your transformation, in order to generate detached work. Even when you say Shiva Jnane Jiva Siva, I am worshipping the divinity within you by helping you, by serving you, you come to the same point. It's a form of yoga. You naturally convert a work into a yoga. It's a form of worship now. Because actually this is the Vedantic vision, isn't it, that everybody's consciousness manifesting through different bodies and minds. So when you are serving another person, what is it that you are actually doing? You are worshipping the Lord within that person. So it comes to the same thing. है ना, इसीलिए ये योग बन जाता है. So you can adopt any of these methods in order to develop great will, a powerful will through which you are able to achieve anything in life.